Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy KB. We're back in the building again for week 2 of Data's Draft League. Last week, I had a valiant bout with my good friend Anthony. We came out on top, 2-1 fashion. Choked a bit first game, a little bit of bad luck, but also low-key choked third game, but that wasn't punished, so we'll live. Keep it pushing. This week, as you can see, we're not up against Anthony, we're up against Data, the league creator himself. Now, fortunately, since I'm not up against Anthony, it means, hey, we can do mocks versus each other and like actually get practice before the game, and you know, instead of just me sitting there fear crafting or, you know, begging my friends to learn how to play Pokemon and do mocks with me. Shame on you, by the way, Lucy, shame on you. You better watch this and leave a comment if you heard that. Otherwise, I'll be even more disappointed. That aside, yeah, this week I got to actually mock battles of Anthony, so I have a pretty decent idea of how I'm going to want to approach the game, I'd say, with this team. And also, shoutouts to another guy. I was like loudering on Shodan with the team I had mocked, and then some guy's like, "Oh, why are you using basket Legion female instead of male?" And I was like, "Bro, this is my draft team." And so the guy offered to, you know, help me mock and you know, stuff like that. So I mean, I took him up on the offer. It was pretty nice, and you know, he gave me some like sets to try, and he even came up with several different like builds for the opponent's team. So that was pretty useful. So shoutouts to you, Zornet. That aside, let's get right into the team preview here. So as you can see, speed tiers here, I'd say definitely in my favor. Like, I have the faster end, pretty dominated, and ignore the Floette. That's not Floette Eternal. Floette Eternal is at like 102. But anyway, as you can see, his fastest offensive mon is the Floette Eternal at 102. Meowstic's not a real Pokemon. So it's pretty easy. Oh, Staraptor Mega is on your 10. So as you can see, my best Pokemon that beats all of his Pokemon for free, basically, which is kind of always the situation you want to be in, right? Which means if he wants to counter me with a type that hits first, it either has to be with speed control, or he has to run a Scarfer. Right? Now, if you look at this team here, the Scarfer is really only viable on Charizard and Hydreigon. Well, not Charizard and Hydreigon. I'm like tripping out of my mind. I mean, Hydreigon and Mamoswine. But as you can see, Scarf Mamoswine doesn't actually outspeed my two most likely Scarfers. Well, two of my most likely Scarfers, which are Typhlosion and Gholdengo. I could also be Scarf Basket Legion, but, well, I'm not. But I could have been, right? So, Scarf Mamoswine, like, still is slower than, and loses to two of my three most likely Scarfers, so he decided to. So, he's probably decide to put a sash on that. I mean, that's what happened in the mocks anyway, right? And then, but I did mock against Scarf Mammo, which actually did throw me for a loop for a bit. Anyway, aside from that, yeah, he's probably running Scarf Hydreigon because it actually isn't a decent speed tier relative to my like slower guys, and you know, Scarf less about speed up to even the fastest guys on my team with little investment. So that's probably his best Scarfer. So just gonna prep for that. And I guess some key things to note about this matchup, aside from that, are he has Floette and H/, you know, the best fairy in the meta, and you know, a ghost type who also resists Brave Birds, right? So Staraptor is gonna have a tough time breaking through those guys, right? So I think this week, last week you kind of got away with relying on Staraptor because Anthony did not prep enough for that. This week, I can't even rely on Staraptor, even if my opponent does not prep a lot, because, well, he has enough guys to where that kind of disincentivize me from clicking close combat. And he has means to Oko me, or like, you know, to kill me, or like just do tons of damage before I can finish setting up. aside from that, as you can see, his Hydreigon kind of goes ballistic here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon weak to Dark, right? And 3 of them are like some of the higher point guys on my team, right? So the Hydreigon is like extremely poised to go crazy on me. And am I really gonna bring the Slurpuff like to help beat it in the Eat Slash matchup? Right? I decided not to do that. And other key things to look out for are that Typhlosion, like it's like surprisingly good. Okay, you may see Charizard and Hydreigon and Simipour is not a real Pokemon. Those monkeys are not real. But Charizard and Hydreigon, you know, kind of resist me pretty well. Hydreigon literally walls me. However, Charizard gives me the sun if he runs Y, right? Which is the most straightforward thing to do. Although I think he shouldn't run Y, just because. I don't know, I mean, if you saw my game 1, right? My Spadef boosting ability is basically unmatched, and Y kind of just begs me to start using it. But yeah, if he sets up the sun for me, then Typhlosion now is like, you know, securing like Ulcos and stuff. Well, because you'll see I'm Charcoal, right? So, pretty in my favor there. And aside from that, Gholdengo is also really good. Except it just loses to the same 2 guys. I guess. Oh, and also Sash Mammal. Those guys hate Sash Mammal. But we have faster spread moves to, you know, kind of just not worry about that. Because they both hit Mammal for super effective. But yeah. And then lastly, Basculegion. Like, genuinely beats literally everything 1v1 except Hydreigon. So as you can see here, this Hydreigon is kind of, you know, walling off. Not walling off, but it's like, you know, his only real, like, hold on, it's like his single point of failure. The Hydreigon goes down, right? All of my offensive Pokemon just win the game. Except Starter. Starter doesn't care about Hydreigon that much. But, you know, Hydreigon lives, sticks around, you know, we're losing. So, that's basically going to be the crux of my build here, which you'll see in the builder. So, we have Hisuian Typhlosion, as I said, Charcoal, free attacks, you know, just outspeeds Mammal, and standard set really. You have Harper, Basculegion female, same as last week except I swapped Protect for Outrage. Outrage KO's Hydreigon since I have Life Orb, and it's a tech against Zard X because that guy was a big threat in the one Maki showed up in. Then we have Wemby out here. Same moves as last time, just I'm way more speed now, so I can outspeed non-timid Floette. No, I think I also outspeed non-timid Meowstic. Hello. I mean, you might as well run timid on that. I don't know. And then I have Castle back again. Once again, I'm not gonna finish that, but if you know the reference, you know the reference. But yeah, no, that one's kind of a Voldemort. But yeah, Castle here, same, not same set. Well, same set except that I got rid of. What did I get rid of? I traded something for Spirit Break. Because last time, no, I traded Taunt for Spirit Break. Because while this guy does have you know, Ariados, I can like Rage Powder and stuff. Ariados is like so much less annoying than Vivillon. Because Vivillon is like putting my guys to sleep too. Like I can deal with the Rage Powder. That thing's light work. Just the sleep is when I start bringing out the taunts. But yeah, so we dropped Taunt for Spirit Break. And as I said earlier, right? If I beat the Hydreigon, my special attackers win, right? You saw Basculegion has the Outrage to catch it off guard. Typhlosion is just gonna have to hold L. And now Brimsnarl is running an attack this week just to make sure, you know, if I get a chance I can do it. And to like punish it for locking into Dark move, as well as, you know, scare it out. Maybe prevent it from using it, which is even better for me. I'm gonna skip over Empoleon for a second. Go over to my Gholdengo. This guy is running Culpa Berry plus Dazzling Gleam to kind of lure in the Hydra and then eliminate it. So I'm on really good pairing. I mean, like basically every good pairing in my mocks was Gholdengo plus something else because this guy just went ballistic. As for the EVs, I forgot to do Castle EVs, but that's just literally the same set as last time. Except I think I'm like 2 more speed, so I can speed creep his basic C's more. And then for Gym Sif over here, yeah, I'm just modest to do max damage, KO Hydreigon as clean as possible, and then enough speed for Mammal, and just rest in HP. Pretty standard stuff, honestly. But yeah. And then last but certainly not least, we have the big Yahoo Empoleon over here. Truly an emperor in everything, including name. But truly. Anyway, but yeah, this guy just full offensive, right? If you go back and look at this draft, right? Water, steel, ice. Okay, water beats, steel beats. We resist steel, right? So, you know, fair enough. But doesn't exactly beat. Ice beats, water beats. This guy's not repo, not repo, not repo. So as you can see, you know, water, steel, and ice kind of just destroy all of his real Pokemon. This guy's also not a real Pokemon. Except Aegislash, right? So essentially, right, the only problem that you could perceive here is that, oh, what Mamoswine can just ground move me to death, right? But that's when you put on the Shook. If that's the only thing preventing Empoleon from taking over the game, then, you know, we put the Shook on, we get the Oko back, and we take over the game, right? That's our strategy there. We have Grimmsnarl Scary Face. Is heavily for this guy, because I mean Empoleon just literally will outspeed an Oko like whatever it wants to after the Scary Face procs, so that's pretty huge. Yeah, so I was thinking of using Empoleon as like kind of a way to, I guess, clutch up games 2 or 3. So as for game plan, I think last time, as I did last time, I usually like leading Typhlosion just to see the items. Last time Typhlosion and Basque was pretty good, assuming I didn't get lucky, which I did. But this time you have a luck agnostic lead in terms of Typhlosion and Grim. Essentially, right here, I can go for a Scary Face, lower speed of one of his faster guys. Guarantee at least I get an eruption off. Something is taking big damage, right? Because, you know, he only has 2 resists, one of which is putting up the sun for me, right? And then, you know, if the Hydreigon attacks to try and kill me, well, bang, you know, Spirit Break, goodbye, right? So, this lead basically worked out like amazingly in mocks into like everything not named Zard X, right? So that's the plan there, and probably Wemby in the back, and then one of the literally any of these 3 guys work really well. So I guess I'll just decide based on who actually shows up to the game. And then games 2 and 3, as I said, bring in more Emp and Gholdengo for disruption. Anyway, I guess one other thing is that if I happen to beat the Floette really well in one game, I probably don't bring Gym Sif again in the next game, because why would you bring Floette after getting destroyed by Joe? But yeah. Anyway, that is the team preview. See you guys in the match. Alright. Yeah. Week 2 battle against Data. Guess let's just get into it, right? Let me make sure all my stuff is right. Alright, yeah, I think that's about it. Let's get in here. I don't know, I'm kind of nervous about the prep. This team's like really annoying. Like Mammal and Hydra and Age Slash. It's kind of really like half my teams too effectively. This is mostly what I predicted. Meow's here over somebody. Oh, he didn't bring Age, which actually means that low key would have cooked if somebody else. Actually, no, it's fine. I can just go for my. No, Age is huge because there's no wide guard. So I'll bring backline Wemb. I was deciding between Joe and Harper or Big Yahoo. Yeah, no, without that guy, I feel like Big Yahoo's my guy in this match, to be honest. What's up, little Fro? He brings Meow Flow. I get some nice first off. Citrus. I mean, yeah, this is pretty standard dot zip, right? I mean, he can fake out, I guess. Hey, I could screen. You might. I kind of want a play that's better than he fake outs and like, you know, and Dazzling Gleam. But I kind of don't have one. No, I don't. He swaps in the Hydra. Protect. I guess this means he's not fake out. He's slow as hell. This is great damage for me. He just clicks Gleam. Honestly, that turn went pretty well. Gotta admit. And he's slow on this guy, right? Like I can just tech up here. I mean, Ice Beam. If he tail, like he can't KO Emp. Emp's huge in this match. By not bringing Age, like, man, Emp goes ballistic. I mean, Emp was going ballistic against his team anyway, right? He takes the Floette because he thinks I'm Scarf or something, and maybe he's not Scarf Hydra. He goes for Snarl. Would he be? Oh, Big Yahoo dodged. Big Yahoo went huge on the dodge. So that is just KOs. Yeah, don't miss the Big Yahoo. that brother's well connected. He goes Mammal here. Oh, this is sick. Do I think he's choiced? I mean, I think what I do here. I mean, I can switch. I don't need to. Why in the world would you ever ice move into Typhlosion? Like, you're gonna like protect horsepower or something. I'm just gonna bring in the wrap, and then because of the other guy's dead, I know late game Typhlo kind of just wins off rip. So this isn't even a big a risk really. He's oblivious on Mammal. That's pretty smart. Goes for Reflect. I guess he wants to not lose the endgame wrap. I think he's Scarf on Mamo actually. Because you would only go for a flag if you think you're gonna double KO. Which Scarf Mamo would, but I mean, well, as you can see, I'm shook up. So I guess my game 1 surprises. The jig is up. The jig is up. I know he's Sash. I guess Sash, Scarf, same difference there really. I could not care less about eating an ice shard here. I'm bulky as hell, bro. I mean, he could have T-wave me. I actually want to avoid, like, losing the T-wave. I mean, bro, so what if he T-waves me, to be honest? Like, I'm still in a good position here. I need to be careful. Stop saying things that, you know, might... Stop taking risks like that. I'm gonna tech top. Teching up made no sense there, actually. I kinda just clicked. To be honest. I just don't want to lose both at once. I should have teched the Raptor, actually, in hindsight. He goes for a skill swap, which is really funny. Ultimately inconsequential. Like, no, I mean, Anthony did it to me, and like, it also didn't win in the game. So, I mean, I saw this in the mock. I had a feeling he might do this. This doesn't really matter at all. Those last mon flow. And he slow flow too. So, I mean, here's how I lose. If he's T-wave on Meow, and he's for some reason also I mean, do I double in the flow? It's not like Meow. Like, okay, doubling the flow is kind of like if he techs, kind of. I don't see how I lose as long as I don't fall for like easy protect baits. He doesn't do so. Yeah, looks like a dub here. I mean, on minus defense, you can grab a KO. Let's go, Wemby! Talk about differential. +4. Bang! Hotel. Man. Oh, I need Slickers on that guy. Yeah, I'm maxing out my differential. You can't stop me. I'm in Torrent 6. I actually am in Torrent. So I'll just start clicking hide. But yeah, this went really well. Shoutouts to Big Emperor, Big Yahoo, saving the day. Kind of single-handedly winning this game. That sucks. Doesn't actually matter. Oh, what's his moves? He has a skill swap. The psychic. He has to be fake out, right? I don't know what this last move is. I did not learn that much about his team. Wait, no, didn't he put up a screen? He put up a reflect. Yeah, skill swap, reflect, fake out psychic, I'm guessing. Hydra Snarl? I couldn't tell what item the Hydra was, to be honest. As you can see, Empoleon kind of soloed his team, actually. I might just leave. That guy's the GOAT! Oh! Oh my days, Come on. So let's lock in for game 2. Man, when the prep works perfectly, sheesh! Oh, takeaways for game 2? I think he's definitely bringing Zard. He kind of sees my steel type onslaught, and is like, that's a big threat, right? Do I even do anything different though? No, because now that I know, like how his team works, so I don't even think I lose to like Oh, I don't know, Zard goobing me, right? I can't tell if I bring Harp or Yahoo. I mean, bro, Yahoo cooks so hard, I kind of have to. I'm doing the same thing again. What are you gonna do to stop me? Right? Like, I know I'm getting more info than you're getting on me. Right? Once I find out the item, I mean, Mao Sash. So I guess that means Hydra Scarf. But why would you Scarf Lock in a Snarl? I mean, I guess you want to hit both. Maybe Hydra's defensive. Maybe he has Tailwind. It'd be weird if he didn't have Tailwind. Because, I mean, your team's slower than mine, like, objectively speaking. Nothing outspeeds, like, you kind of want to outspeed Raptor. I mean, I guess I could change the speed anytime with Grimstar, right? So, given that my speed control is, you know, ever present. Well, he leads Hydra this time, which makes more sense. Now I can find out the Hydra's item. Yep, it is Scarf. So, what I can do here... Did I ever click Spirit Break into it? No, I think he died before I shut off Spirit Break last time. I mean, I live any one hit. And then... I mean, I guess we'll see. Maybe your flex or something? Bro, I'm just teching up. Like, this is a winning lead. Like, he's Scarf, right? So it's not like Flash Cannon's gonna hurt. He goes for Fake Out. That makes sense. Pulse. Well, I mean, if you're gonna lock in Pulse, right? This works out for me. I'm just gonna click Spirit Break. Do I sack Jersey? I mean, Jersey's really good into the opponent here. I can send in Raptor. I'm like Spadef. I want to save HP on the other guy. I mean, he still doesn't. I think he still doesn't know Spirit Break. So he switches Meow. Brings in Zard. Just pulses again. It hurts, but I'll live. What's important is that I killed Hydra. I mean, yeah, as I predicted, he brings Zard this game. I don't know when Zard is though. I guess we'll find out. I guess there's another question here. Is like, did I really need to save the guys I saved? I mean, maybe. Couldn't tell you. How much chip do I need on the sword? Does going to +1 actually help me? I mean, assuming he goes for Fake Outs into something else, I technically get more of my game plan off. Just by chipping a Zard with CC, because then I live and then I can Brave Bird after. I mean, I say I live, I don't actually know. It's weird he didn't Mega. That is really weird that he didn't Mega. That is really strange. He goes for Air Slash. I mean, whatever. I got the chip I wanted, to be honest, right? I think his Meow is also pretty slow. Webby dies, but he died for the greater good. You can argue I should have just Brave Birded. I don't know why I thought I lived. Maybe that's a bit. Maybe there's a bit too much hubris. My set's a bit different this time. He goes for Tech on Zard. I kind of did blow my load, revealing my moves. I mean, the Meow literally does nothing except Psychic into Typhlow to weaken my Eruption. Guess what? I'm still clicking it next turn. yeah, no, I mean, that's a little annoying. Yeah, guess what? I'm still clicking it next turn. You can't stop me. I'm Charcoal. I also have fake tears. You have to be fast on this guy. Like, I refuse to believe you would like run these guys and then not attempt to be faster. But yeah. He never megas here because he doesn't want me to win by a sun, which is pretty funny. But now I just win by a heat wave. Why is that guy so strong? Maybe I should have gotten the screen. Yeah, I guess that is the lesson here is screens are important. Yeah, I mean the Meow is like doing nothing. Do I actually have to hit a Hydra here? Who's his last? Oh, I'm getting up a screen here. This Zard has been too annoying. Does this KO? 34. Oh, he took like no damage from the rub though. I just don't want to miss. Like missing here is losing the game. Hit like not missing. Like I can. Like missing here is genuinely losing the game. I'm just ignoring the Meow. I think this Meow is like actually probably the reason. Yeah, this Meow is definitely the reason he's losing. Because the Meow is like actually doing nothing of value. It is actually just sitting around all day. I mean, I think this is the problem. He like over prepped for the Raptor, and then under prepped for, you know, the guy who actually matters here. Grim Joe, bro. Why does nothing here do anything to Grim, bro? I think what I would have done, I would have at least rocked a T-Wave on the Meow, just a clutch, you know, last minute speed control, instead of like me controlling the speed game for the entire match. I mean, yeah, this was just an Empoleon masterclass. Empoleon X Grim, bro. What is this combo? Man, Big Yahoo really came out clutch. How many kills does this guy have? Dang, that guy actually took 0. Goes for Light of Ruin. I guess his game plan is to crit me. He kills himself anyway, and I win. Oh my Lanta! Great heavens. His game plan was to crit me, but the Big Yahoo never dies. Dang, that's gotta be disheartening. That's gotta be disheartening. Oh, I guess he forfeits here. The GG's to Data. Oh, asking if I can see his spreads, but yeah, that was pretty clean. That was pretty clean. 2-0 victory. No chokes in sight. I think I played way better this week than last week, which is funny because, I mean, no, those mocks actually cooked. Athlete literally read his life on the team. Not bringing Age definitely was a choice. I think the Shadow Sneak pressure and then Cake Shield harassing me kind of like, you know, because I want to target it so it can stop Shadow Seeing me, but then, you know, King Shield is just kind of annoying to deal with, and it beats Raptor. Yeah, I think overall it worked out pretty well. Other reflections. Oh, game 1. And game 1's gonna be perfect, man. I don't have anything to say there. Game 2. I think. I don't know. Like, I think I over predicted a bit, but I mean, I knew you fake out, right? I knew you fake out Dark Pulse. That was pretty obvious. Oh, I couldn't do anything to stop that. Turn 2. I let him weaken my Staraptor. I think there's an argument that I didn't need to do that, because, no, I mean, okay, everyone can ignore me out except Staraptor, right? Staraptor cannot ignore me out until he gets boosted, which could happen. I don't know, I don't think he prepped that well. Yeah. I'm gonna give me a sec to send in my Pokebase. Excuse my temporary distractions here. Gotta change the Harper. Yahoo! Man, that Empoleon really did cook, bro. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the strength of my team, right? Is that I have, you know, Staraptor who literally demands prep, right? Like, you got guys bringing Meow who does nothing, literally the Meow stick who loses to 80% of my draft, like 90% of my draft. If Meowstic genuinely loses to 90% of my draft and does absolutely nothing, you know, with skill swap, right? So that's one extra wasted move, and mono reflect, third wasted move considering, you know, who's actually doing the damage on my team now, right? And if you're bringing that to every match just so you don't lose, right? You're like basically 3v4ing me, right? Because even though you prep against the Raptor is never useless. Intimidate's always good. You know, it's a warm body of Fruits. It's always fast. You know, if you get a hidden with CC or Brave Bird, right? It always does its job. Alright, so over here I have the spreads that Daily used in our match. Yeah, so as you can see, he's like 20 HP, 5 defense, 24 attack, and plus speed 17. Oh no, I think he's plus attack nature and 17 speed. So he's running a bunch of attack and not enough speed. I mean, it's kind of what I figured based on his speed tiers were, right? Is that, you know, him sagging off would give me a ton of room to sag off since I have the faster guys. So that was pretty useful. If you saw the actual game, like Typhlosion on Zard, he actually didn't expect me to bring Typhlosion into it. So that was pretty nice that I basically just got free chip off of that. Miss Floette is enough defense to like guaranteed live, max attack, Brave Bird, and then everything else is just put in a attack, and it's pretty slow. I guess one interesting, I guess, oversight that he had is that, well, I guess it's not really an oversight, because the Meow could reflect if it really needed to, right? But yeah, it's just kind of what you expect out of Flow. And then the Meow, also pretty standard. Hydra, yeah, just some HP, max attack, also modest, and like, you know, 5 split def, 10 defense and Scarf. I don't know what that 5-spin def is for. I forgot to ask. Mammals, yeah, it's standard max. Ariados is plus defense, 12 spin def. I don't know what that defense count does actually, because it's not like it's gonna live Brave Bird all of a sudden, right? And it's not like I have many other physical attackers. Maybe it's to, live something that Grim does or something. But yeah, I think glazed my team a bit, saying how, it's really hard to prep for both the Raptor and the supporting, not even the supporting cast, just the other guys on the squad, like the other starters, you want to prep for Raptor, so you bring a bunch of fairies, and Typhlo and Gholdengo, all 3 strong fairy resists, right? You would bring a bunch of ghosts so that you don't have to eat the close combat. Have again Typhlo, Gholdengo, Basque Legion, right? Even Grimmsnarl if I'm running an attack. All guys that kind of just love seeing ghost types on the opposing side of the field, right? Especially when I know they're coming and I can tech against them. So it's really hard, to bring Pokemon that can actually handle, against both styles a team can operate on. And each week I'm prepping Grimmsnarl so that it partners well with the Raptor, of course, but also partners well with Typhlosion, Empoleon, Gholdengo, Basque Legion, basically all of those guys. I remember when I was drafting, I was kind of afraid that, the Grimmsnarl was going to be my support linchpin, and that, Grimmsnarl was a good support mon. And then after that, my next best support mon is it's a Slurp for 2 points, right? But it kind of works out. This guy is pretty resilient. It's kind of like a rat, hard to kill when you're, boosting your guys' defenses, dropping their attacks, and then there's big monster attackers on the other side of the board. So as long as my positioning's good, I can kind of motivate my opponent to not kill Grimmsnarl, because you're busy focusing on the main threat and then prepping for be positioning around whoever could be in the back, right? Aside from that, we discussed other things that I can just mention here. Mainly that the lead stuff, like I said, the item choices, him thinking me bringing Typhlosion, and and then him not bringing Aegislash. Where's the discussion there? Oh, I talked about him not bringing Zardex, which he said he thought about, but my steel types, he was yeah, given my steel types, I think he rather Zard Y. I don't know, I still think Zardex would have been better. But I guess Zard Y also has Solar Beam to kill the fish. Yeah, and he said he overestimated the Raptor and just kind of over-prepped for it. And if you saw the match, the Raptor did almost absolutely nothing. It could have done big damage to Zard, and then I didn't want. I was delusional and thought it would live Air Slash 3 Mega. But I was not the right spread for that. I mean, to be fair, had I wanted to, I could have made the Raptor work that game. I just saw I had a guaranteed win if I just threw it away. Yeah, and he talks about how his team, his only tailwinder is good speed control is Hydra. And, if you're running Scarf on that, well, goodbye Tailwind, right? And your mid-speed mons can be pretty vulnerable. And he talked about how the Meowstic was kind of just trolling and doing nothing the whole battle. Aside from, it's literally just there to skill swap the Raptor. and like stop me from getting out of hand. But as I said against Anthony in the mocks, that type of trick literally only works once and never again. Right, and especially since I already saw it coming since I mobbed with it. Like I'm not even surprised. Like I didn't even like over-index on, you know, the boost that turn. I just clicked close combat. So yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see. Oh, and then he talks about how he drops a lot of mons he hasn't played it before. So he has mixed feelings about the team where like there's like a bunch of great guys, like literally the two best guys in the meta, but then, you know, he only has like 7 actual Pokemon because he has 2 monkeys and the garbage guy. And having more options would help, especially against, you know, a team that requires a diverse, you know, method of attack such as mine. And and then the reason he didn't bring Aegislash was because Mam already had the sash, and he thought both of them were fighting for the focus sash. And he was like, well, you know, Mam could probably deal with the fire and steel types that Floette hates better than Aegislash could. Which is a fair point if you totally ignore, like, it is a fair point if you totally, you know, ignore the fact that I could just be Shuckle on any one of my fire and steel types and destroy the Mammal back, or run the sash myself. So, I don't know, a bit short-sighted. But I mean, that's just how, you know, prep gets sometimes. But yeah. Where's the he said? Oh yeah, he said he never played a single game of any mon in his team other than Zard and Mamo in Champions. But yeah, I mean, that's the other thing about draft, where I think you have an actually pretty strong advantage if you played with a ton of different teams on the ladder, right? So I'm pretty glad I did a bunch of laddering with on both Champions and Showdown with, I guess, a couple different types of teams, right? It also even helps me prep for my opponents because I know what Meow can and cannot do, and I know that guy is such a bum. Brother, that guy, I'll tell you right now, support Meow has only ever felt fine next to Raptor, and that's just because it gets Tickle, which, you know, the only other support mon, the only other practice support guy that gets that is Whimsicott, right? Like literally, like, to me, Meow was kind of a budget Whimsicott. That's why I wanted to draft originally. But I mean, he took it from me, and clearly he could not make as good use of it as I could. I mean, I don't think anyone could, to be honest. That guy's a complete fraud. Truly, a fraud watch of the year. Anyway, that is all for, like, I guess the review of the enemy team. Like, I guess the more formal one, aside from me just kind of waffling after the match. So yeah, once again, thank you guys for watching. Our next match, week 3, we're up against Jackie, the Rain Swampert Raichu guy. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, I started doing some prep for that. We're gonna be in for a rough time, folks. Let's see what I can pull out with and try to prevail. Anyways, I bid you all adieu. Au revoir.